Hi, everyone. Welcome back to God's Whispers, a place where we take the time to pause and reflect on the word of the Lord. Today, I'm going to be speaking about a reading from Ezekiel, chapter 18, verses 21 through 28. And when I was reading about it, this was during the time when the prophet Ezekiel was speaking to the Israelites during a really heavy time in history, the Babylonian exile. People felt stuck. They believed that they were suffering because of the sins of previous generations. And they were actually going around saying the parents ate sour grapes and the children's teeth are set on edge. That was a line that I read. In other words, we're paying for someone else's mistakes. But through Ezekiel, God challenged that mindset completely. God says each person is responsible for their own choices. Anyone can turn and make new decisions. Let's listen. Thus says the Lord God, if the wicked man turns away from all the sins he committed, if he keeps all of my statutes and does what is right and just, he shall surely live. He shall not die. None of the crimes he committed shall be remembered against him. He shall live because of the virtue he has practiced. Do I indeed derive any pleasure from the death of the wicked? Says the Lord God. Do I not rather rejoice when he turns from his evil way that he may live? And if the virtuous man turns from the path of virtue to do evil, the same kind of abominable things that the wicked man does, can he do this and still live? None of his virtuous deeds shall be remembered, because he has broken faith and committed sin. Because of this, he shall die. You say, the Lord's way is not fair. Hear now, house of Israel. Is it my way that is unfair, or rather, not your ways unfair? When someone virtuous turns away from virtue to commit iniquity and dies, it is because of the iniquity he committed that he must die. But if the wicked, turning from the wickedness he has committed, does what is right and just, he shall preserve his life. Since he has turned away from all the sins that he committed, he shall surely live. He shall not die. So I feel like that hits home for many of us, because how many of us have quietly wondered, have I messed up too much? Did I miss my chance? Can I really start again? And Ezekiel 18 speaks directly to that fear. God is not standing there keeping score the way that we imagine. Instead, what this passage is saying is that there's mercy. Whenever someone turns back, God responds, not with hesitation, but with life. So maybe for you, the turning right now isn't some dramatic life overhaul. Maybe it's just one honest prayer, one small act of obedience, one moment of choosing hope instead of shame. God isn't asking for perfection overnight. He's just inviting movement towards Him, one step at a time. So if you take a few minutes and look at these journal prompts or write down the journal prompts, some might be applicable to you. Where in my life do I feel stuck in the past? Be honest and gentle with yourself. What might turning toward God look like this week? Just something small and specific that you can come up with. And do I truly believe that God offers fresh starts, even for me? Notice what you feel inside of yourself when you think of that. And what is one small step of life that I can choose today? Not 10 steps or a million or 100, just one. I know that there are places where we all feel stuck, regrets we might carry, the quiet fears that we don't say out loud. But God is with us. God is not behind us, He's in front of us. So if we can pray for the courage to turn toward Him today, one step at a time. I hope that this episode reached you, and if it did, please let me know in the comments or like it, share it with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe so you can continue to hear God's Whispers.